Greetings, dear friends. Today, I invite you to join me on a profound exploration, a sacred voyage that each of us is destined to undertake. This is the soul's journey, a pilgrimage from the shadows of confusion into the brilliant light of enlightenment. It is a path that often begins not with a grand announcement, but with a quiet whisper from within, a gentle stirring of the spirit that senses there is something more to existence than what meets the eye. This journey is not a linear race, but a beautiful, spiraling ascent through distinct stages of consciousness, each one a step closer to our true nature. Imagine, if you will, a grand staircase ascending into the heavens, each step representing a new level of awareness, a deeper understanding of the self and the cosmos. This is the path of spiritual awakening. As we travel together through these 7 stages, we will witness the transformation from a state of separation and unknowing to one of profound connection and inner peace. The ambience of this journey is mystical, ethereal, and deeply serene. It is a return to the source, a remembering of who we truly are beyond the veils of the physical world. Let us create a space of stillness together, allowing our minds to quiet and our hearts to open. The journey is an inward one, a discovery of the universe that resides within each of us. As we move through the darkness, the questioning, the healing, and finally into the light, remember that this path is yours to walk. It is a sacred dance between the human and the divine, leading to a state of being where peace is not just a fleeting moment, but the very essence of your existence. Let us begin. We begin our journey in a place that may feel familiar to many of us. It is a state of being shrouded in a deep, formless darkness, a veil of confusion. Here, the soul feels lost, adrift in a sea of unanswered questions and a pervasive sense of disconnection. It is the experience of living life on the surface, caught in the currents of daily routines, societal expectations and material pursuits, yet feeling an inner emptiness, a void that nothing seems to fill. This is the dark night of the soul, where meaning feels elusive and our purpose is obscured. The world appears fragmented, and we feel separate from everything and everyone, even from our own true self. In this initial stage, we are identified almost entirely with our ego, our conditioned mind. We search for happiness outside of ourselves, in achievements, possessions, and the validation of others, only to find that these sources are temporary and ultimately unfulfilling. This perpetual search creates a cycle of suffering and discontent. It is a profound and often painful state of spiritual slumber, a forgetting of our divine origin. Yet, it is this very darkness, this deep dissatisfaction, that contains the seed of our awakening. For it is from the deepest shadows that we begin to yearn for the light, sparking the first impulse to seek something more. From the depths of confusion, a single courageous question arises. Is this all there is? This is the second stage, the beginning of the great search. The soul, no longer content with the shadows, turns its gaze upward, seeking a glimmer of light, a hint of a deeper truth. This is the moment the journey truly begins. The seeker starts to question the established beliefs, the societal narratives, and the very nature of reality that was once taken for granted. It is a tender and vulnerable phase, filled with curiosity and a nascent hope. The path forward is not yet clear, but the intention to find it has been set. We see the seeker now walking a faint, starlit path. They begin to encounter symbols and synchronicities that seem to speak directly to them. A book that falls open to a meaningful page, a recurring number, a conversation that sparks a new idea. These are the breadcrumbs left by the universe, guiding us towards self-realization. The journey is no longer aimless wandering, it is a conscious quest. The seeker might explore ancient philosophies, spiritual texts, or new ways of thinking, driven by an insatiable hunger for knowledge and understanding. This is the dawn of awareness, the first conscious step out of the darkness and onto the sacred path of awakening. The external search for answers inevitably leads to a profound realization. The truth we seek is not found in the outer world, but within the silent sanctuary of our own being. This marks the third stage, the sacred turn towards self-discovery. Here, the seeker becomes the meditator, the inner explorer. The journey shifts from looking for answers outside to listening for wisdom inside. We learn to quiet the incessant chatter of the mind, to sit in stillness, and to simply be present with ourselves. It is in this silence that we begin to perceive the subtle energies that animate our existence. As we commit to this inner practice, a gentle light begins to glow from within. This is the light of our own consciousness, our pure awareness, becoming known to itself. Sacred symbols, like the pristine lotus flower, may emerge in our inner vision, symbolizing purity and the unfolding of our spiritual potential from the mud of our past conditioning. We begin to differentiate between the voice of the ego and the whisper of the soul. This is a time of deep introspection, of peeling back the layers of false identity to discover the radiant, unchanging essence that lies at our core. The journey becomes less about finding and more about remembering. The light of self-discovery illuminates not only our divine nature, but also the shadows we have held within us, the unresolved pain, the past traumas, the limiting beliefs. This brings us to the fourth stage, inner healing. This phase is a courageous and compassionate process of purification. It is not about fighting our demons, but about embracing our wounds with love and allowing them to be cleansed. We recognize that these stored emotional energies have been blocking the flow of life force, and now is the time for their gentle release. This can be an intensely emotional period, but it is a necessary alchemy for transformation. Imagine being enveloped in a cascade of healing, loving energy, like a gentle rain washing away all that no longer serves you. The chakras, our body's subtle energy centers, begin to clear and spin in harmony, glowing with vibrant, balanced colors. We may feel a deep connection to the healing power of nature, the grounding energy of the earth, the cleansing flow of water, the life-giving warmth of the sun. This is a time of profound self-care and self-love, where we learn to forgive ourselves and others, releasing the heavy burdens we have carried for so long. We are not broken. We are simply returning to our natural state of wholeness. After the cleansing rains of healing, the clouds of illusion part, revealing a sky of infinite clarity. This is the fifth and pivotal stage, the Great Awakening and realization. It's really a quantum leap in consciousness, a moment of profound aha, where the true nature of reality is directly perceived. This is often symbolized by the opening of the third eye, the Ajna chakra, our center of intuition and inner sight. Suddenly, the world is no longer seen through the filter of the ego, but through the lens of unity and interconnectedness. The illusion of separation dissolves. A surge of vibrant, ecstatic energy flows through our entire being, a palpable experience of our own divinity. Thoughts become clear, intuition sharpens, and a deep, unshakable sense of knowingness arises. We realize that we are not a drop in the ocean, but the entire ocean in a drop. We see the divine consciousness in every person, every animal, every plant, and every particle of existence. This is not an intellectual understanding, it is a direct, lived experience. The search is over, not because we have found all the answers, but because we have realized that we, the answer. We have come home to our true self. Realization is not the end, but the beginning of a new way of being. The sixth stage is transformation, the integration of our newfound awareness into every aspect of our lives. The profound insight of awakening must now be embodied. Our personality, habits, and way of interacting with the world begin to align with the wisdom of our soul. Old patterns of fear, judgment and attachment naturally fall away, replaced by a foundation of love, compassion, and freedom. We are no longer living the ego, we are living our higher self, allowing it to express itself in our daily actions. This is a beautiful alchemy where the lead of our human conditioning is transformed into the gold of divine expression. We begin to radiate a light that is palpable to others, becoming a source of peace and inspiration simply by our presence. This transformation is often depicted as an ascent through a spiral of cosmic energy, signifying that our evolution is ongoing, always expanding into higher states of consciousness and creativity. We are no longer just a human having a spiritual experience. We have become a spiritual being fully embracing the human experience, transforming the ordinary into the extraordinary with every breath. At the pinnacle of our ascent, we arrive at the seventh stage, a state of pure bliss and divine connection. This is Satchit Ananda, existence, consciousness, bliss. Here, the soul merges fully with the source, experiencing a state of unity with the entire cosmos. The journey's end is a return to the beginning, but with full awareness. The sense of a separate self, the I that began the journey, has dissolved into the infinite I am of universal consciousness. There is no longer a seeker and that which is sought. There is only oneness. This is not an escape from the world, but a complete and total immersion in it, with a heart full of unconditional love and a mind resting in profound peace. We are surrounded by divine light because we recognize that we that light. Every moment is perceived as a miracle, every experience a gift. This is a state of being that transcends words, a silent, joyful communion with all of existence. The peace found here is not dependent on external circumstances. It is the unshakable peace of the eternal, the profound serenity of having returned home to the heart of the universe, which was always right where we are. We have journeyed together through the 7 stages of spiritual awakening, from the initial shadows of confusion to the radiant light of divine union. This path, in all its beauty and challenge, is a testament to the resilient, magnificent nature of the human spirit. It is a journey of remembering the boundless love, wisdom, and peace that is our birthright. The ultimate destination is not a physical place, but a state of being, a state of profound serenity and connection that resides within you right now. The beauty of this pilgrimage lies in every single step, in the courage to question, the compassion to heal, and the grace to surrender. This journey is not reserved for a select few. It is the inherent potential within every soul. Your path may look different from this one, with its own unique twists, turns, and revelations, and that is its sacred perfection. I encourage you to honor your own timing and to embrace your personal journey with patience, curiosity, and an open heart. Listen to the quiet whispers of your soul, for it is your most trustworthy guide. Know that you are never alone. You are an intrinsic part of this vast, intelligent, and loving cosmos that is constantly conspiring to help you awaken. Let the peace you have felt here today linger with you. Carry it into your life as a reminder of the infinite potential that lies dormant within. May you walk your path with grace, find clarity in moments of confusion, and discover the extraordinary beauty of your own divine nature. The greatest adventure you will ever take is the journey inward. Thank you for sharing this sacred space with me. Namaste.